Warning. This episode contains strong language, graphic depictions of violence and death that may be disturbing for some listeners. Listener discretion is advised.
Hello, true crime freaks and geeks. I am Shelley.
I am Justin.
I am Brandon.
I am Gene.
That was weird.
I know. You're listening to
A beer.
A crime?
And a tail.
Woo! Okay, now you can open your beer.
Oh, yeah. Sweet.
You gonna open it today? Or?
I am
She
not.
always does that.
I can't. I'm not fast enough. I don't know what it is.
That's what she said.
It happens. What can I say?
Yeah.
Yep. Yep. You turned your
sound.
you
Nope.
turned your fridge on like an hour or two before we got here. Didn't
No,
you?
I put it in the fridge an hour or two. The fridge was on.
Yeah, the case was just sitting out for a week and a half. It's fine.
No, I bought it today.
These usually are
today.
sold cold, so you let them get warm again.
He likes warm shit because he's weird.
Yeah, whatever.
You like room temperature everything.
I have to drink.
You run that by
I have
me
to
again.
drink.
I tried so hard. Any good stories for the week other than you work nonstop?
No.
Yeah, me either.
No. Gene?
I'm putting you on the spot, Gene. What's up?
Hi.
That was a great story.
Well, I just moved from New Mexico up.
There you go. That's a story.
Galesburg? Or in this area?
Victoria.
Victoria?
Oh, you
Yes.
poor thing.
Yeah.
There's more
There's
cows.
There is a cow. I bet there's some chickens. There's a post office.
I have the chickens.
Hey, they have a library now.
with 3 books. No one in town can read them.
Hey, I can. That's because
One person in town can read them.
And that's because he moved from New Mexico to here.
Well, Shelley told me she'd teach me how to read one day, and she still hasn't. So
Well, I'm still learning myself. It's fine. We'll get there.
Yeah, you are.
No, I like to tease Todd and tell him that, because he really is related to like half the town, that he literally ran out of options and I was the only choice. That's what I
Pretty
like to
much.
tell him.
I mean, I see it.
how many people live in Victoria?
200.
Yeah. Well, actually, I
it's
think it's like one.
it's-
I think it's 280 something.
It says 300 on the sign.
Yeah, because we lie. It's 280. I think they count the 20 chickens I have.
So now it's 281.
Oh,
282.
282. I also don't know how to count.
So how's Illinois compared to Albuquerque?
Well, there's less meth heads out here.
No, there isn't.
No.
Yes.
Come
there
to
are.
Galesburg.
Well, okay, there's less where you're at, but
Yeah.
if you hang out in Galesburg long enough, you will find plenty.
Well, when one time
No offense to
I
Galesburg.
dropped my fiance off at girls' night, and driving back, I saw like a crackhead woman at a bus stop just take off her shirt and didn't have a bra and just winging it all out.
What?
Yeah, and it's never the ones you want to see either.
And this was in Victoria.
How big is Albuquerque compared to Galesburg?
Oh, God, it's so much bigger. It's one of the major cities in New Mexico.
How many aliens did you see while you were there? I want to go to Area 51 and Naruto through there.
Well, see, I
Plants.
grew up when if something freaky like that, you just run the hell away because, you know, you don't want to get probed because they never put it in a place you want it to go. So,
Well, speak for yourself.
Wait, Matt.
Wow.
I feel like we've talked about this before.
How you want to be probed?
How I've... Yeah.
How you've been? Wait.
usually,
let's
I stopped,
hold on
I
here.
stopped talking. All right.
yeah, usually you have to pay extra for that.
Not if you go to my chiropractor.
What? Wait.
So, is it kind of like a reverse exorcism where the devil tells the priest to get out of the child?
Oh, my God.
Yeah. Something
Okay.
like that.
Well, now that we've talked about aliens and everything else, let's talk about murder. I have a story.
Let's talk about our special guest.
We did. He's from Albuquerque. His name
Yeah.
is Justin.
Well,
and he apparently hung out with crackheads and aliens.
That sums it up.
Well, I was in the military once upon a time ago.
Oh, fuck.
Yeah, so
So he's a serial killer.
Basically, we found out that all serial killers are from the military.
Majority of them.
well,
They get like kicked out of the military, or
Yeah, typically they're kicked out.
hey, I got discharged.
that counts.
Not a serial killer.
Not serious.
That's true.
Unless you got you got a big bowl of Captain Crunch, man. I'll kill that cereal all day.
Why Captain Crunch? I never found that one to be that good.
It's
Well,
capital.
no, you get the all crunch berry one, like the all berries.
Well,
And you mix Gatorade with it?
it's official. We're looking for a replacement. Shelly is out. She doesn't like Captain Crunch. But yes, Captain Crunch with Gatorade.
I'm telling you.
It kind of hits it.
Nuh-uh, really?
Yeah, so me and Gene, we did
Oh, fuck,
a
now I
YouTube
gotta
video.
try it.
Back in the day,
I'm serious. Back in the day, me and Gene made a YouTube video
Okay.
of trying different things in cereal. And we did Cap and Crunch. And we put everything but milk into it. I mean,
Did
we
you put
did
beer in
water V8. Like,
no. Water V8. We did some
Pickle
types
juice?
of juice.
Yeah.
I can tell you, though, that V8 does not slap. You know,
I don't
Captain-
think it slaps in general.
No.
Like,
But Gatorade and Cap and Crunch is actually where it's at.
The light blue Gatorade.
Yes.
well, yeah,
Yeah.
that makes sense. I can't imagine the
Yeah, I was
purple
gonna,
one going
I was
in
gonna
there.
say the grape would probably be like nasty as fuck.
Yeah.
Yeah.
No, it's got to be the blue.
It was weird. It was good. It was weird.
It was the last one we had, too.
yeah.
So it kind of...
I think it was right before orange juice, so there was only uphill from there.
Yeah.
I think orange juice would be good in cereal.
I will
just saying.
go
No.
buy a bowl and some
No.
Captain Crunch and some orange juice right now. It is not.
It's
Oh.
not. No.
Whatever. Well, now I know. I'm gonna go try it because I like orange juice and I like cereal, but I don't like Captain Crunch.
What's your favorite cereal?
I'm a weird person. I like Frosted
Oh.
Flakes.
That's not weird.
I
I thought
mean,
you were going
like,
to say grape nuts or something fucked up.
no. There's like, what isn't there like a grape nuts that's like clustered? I can't remember what it's called.
No, that is not. That is Honey Bunches of Oats.
I do love Honey Bunches of Oats. That's
Oh
good.
yeah,
Those are fair. Yeah.
I mean,
Yeah.
but that can't.
No,
be
there
your
was like a
favorite.
grape nut cluster. I swear
No,
there used to be.
Not that I know of. The only people who like grape nuts are them fucking weirdos that used to eat the playground rocks.
Oh,
I
yeah.
like the frosted shredded wheat too.
Yeah.
Those are yummy.
Yeah. But you
The
got to eat
meal-
them fast, otherwise it turns into cream of wheat.
Yeah,
That's gross.
See, I like when they get mushy and you taste the frosting more.
Yeah, well
see-
perfect for you when you're moving the retirement home.
I know.
well, you
Fruity
got
Goals.
Pebbles.
well.
Fruity
The thing with
Pebbles.
Captain Crunch, you gotta time it just perfectly because it'll either shred your mouth or it tastes like mush. You have to time it perfectly. It's the only cereal you have to be like, okay, all right, now we can eat it.
I agree.
Yeah, my favorite Cinnamon Toast Crunch.
Oh,
that one's
dude,
good,
cinnamon
too.
toast
That one
crunch is
slaps.
the
That's
shit,
fair.
man.
But you have to do exactly what you just said. You have to time it.
Well, yeah, because you
just
don't
right.
want that one to be mush. 'cause
Yeah,
it's not as good.
You don't want it to be mush, and you don't want it to be hard. You gotta wait in the middle.
I think you have a bigger window with cinnamon toast.
Yeah,
crunch,
than you
though.
do with Captain Crunch.
Yeah.
Okay, let's talk about murder.
Yeah,
We're going to stop murdering cereal and start
Murdering people.
murdering people.
let's
Who's-
murder it.
Yeah. All right. So I have a story. And for everybody, I need you to like wait until the end for my little teeny tiny plot twist. So when you think it's
Okay.
over, it's technically not over. Got it?
Okay.
Everybody got it?
Yeah.
Okay. All right. So this is going to be the story of Tommy Paeyeneers. All right.
Spell that.
I don't know. I'm dyslexic. But I think it's Paeyneers.
Oh, okay.
Perfect.
That
Got
summed it up.
Okay. So Tommy was born in July of 1974. His real name is Floyd Thomas Paeyeneers, but he went by Tommy. And he was born addicted to heroin. So
Born.
oh yeah. And he was born in Hawaii. So beautiful place, shitty start. So there you go. His mom obviously was a heroin addict, and apparently back in the 70s they were like, hey, it's okay that you're addicted to heroin, here's your baby. So I don't know why, but that's what they did.
Okay.
Drugs are bad, MK.
Basically, but they just said good luck. So his mom didn't obviously provide much of a life for him at the beginning. His dad wasn't around, and besides the fact that she was addicted to drugs, she didn't really have a home. There were times they were living in people's crawl spaces in Hawaii.
What?
Yeah.
Like squatting
Yeah.
in their house under the crawl space?
That's what it sounds like, yeah. I don't know.
I need to go check my crawl space real quick. Be right back.
I doubt if they're
Just
doing
find
it in
all Gene's
Illinois.
stuff
It's
down
cold. In Hawaii, it's warm. It's fine in Hawaii. Illinois, no. They're going to freeze. It's not good. So when Tommy was 3, his mom ended up committing suicide. So he was shipped off to live with his grandma in Stillwater, Oklahoma. Stillwater, if you're wondering, it's about the size of Galesburg, a little bit bigger, like 10,000 more people. So it's just to kind of give you a roundabout, like, worldly view of it. His grandma was great. She loved him. He loved her. He had a good childhood after that. So first 3 years, shit. The next were fine. So he's growing up in the 90s. So I know, go 90s.
Yeah.
And he was like the typical 90s boy. He did the frosted tips spiked up.
MC Hammer Pants.
No. MC Hammer was the 80s, wasn't it?
Late 80s, early 90s.
Oh, I don't know. I was
It's like
I have
91.
no idea.
I wore MC Hammer Pants till 92, so.
I wasn't there yet.
I wasn't even in my dad's bowls.
Well, okay. Yeah, you two drink for being babies. Anyways, not even babies. But so he had like the piercing. He was described by his friends as looking kind of like a Green Day band member, basically.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. So to kind of give you an idea of what this kid looked like. So in high school, he was well liked. Everyone thought he was pretty cool. And so when he graduates, he gets a job with Audio Innovations. So Audio Innovations put car stereos in to like cars, and he was like very good at it, like super good at it. Like he would like look at the assembly line and look what they're doing and be like, if we tweak this, we can make more money. And they were like, cool, Tommy, I like that plan, and they'd do it. So when he was around 20, he meets this girl named Jennifer Wheeler.
A Jennifer.
A Jennifer, yep. What do you have against Jennifers?
Nothing. Absolutely nothing.
He doesn't know how to spell it. That's what he's mad about.
Yeah.
So
Freaking too many N's.
It's not Jennifer.
For him, apparently, yes.
Yeah.
It's not like you have a slur. Jennifer.
So Jennifer was 19 when they met, and she came from a kind of a, I guess you would say, kind of like a well-to-do family in Stillwater. Her parents were florists in the town, so and they were also very conservative. They went to one of the big churches, and she was raised very conservative. And she liked to be a bit of a rebel. She liked to dye her hair. Now, let me tell you, in the 90s, you couldn't just go to the Walmart and pick up any color. You had to use Kool-Aid.
Oh, yeah.
You had to dye your hair with Kool-Aid. So I'm guessing she did some serious hair dyes with Kool-Aids. I'm just saying. And she loved the bad boy punk rock look of Tommy. So they immediately hit it off. Now, she brings him home, and of course, I think she's kind of thinking her parents are not going to like him, but the fact that he had this steady job at Audio Innovations for 2 years, and he was really nice, and she had a younger brother named Nick Wheeler, and they got along great. The family loved him. So, I mean, that should be a red flag, obviously.
Well, yeah,
but,
the nice people are the ones you have to worry about. It's the assholes that aren't going to kill anyone because we get our frustration out just by being assholes.
Fair enough. Fair enough.
I don't know what all that was, but I know there was an asshole in there. I was lost for a second because I was trying to keep the...
There's always an asshole. You just have
okay.
to find it.
Got it.
Did we pick a drinking word?
No. I would not.
Asshole's the drinking word.
There you go.
Oh, fuck.
I agree.
So Tommy and Jennifer, they hit it off. Everyone noticed they just got along great. they really loved each other, and they end up getting married in 1996. So they buy a house, and now Tommy has this like family that he always wanted. He wanted, you know, basically the good job, the white picket fence, the wife, and like her parents were like the parents he never had growing up. So dream world, right?
Right.
Well, let's kind of fast forward a little bit to around 98, 99. So Jennifer's younger brother, Nick, was a drummer. Well, actually, he started off playing the piano, and then he went to drums.
They're gonna start a rock band.
He does. It's the 90s. Everyone had a garage band. I couldn't begin to tell you the amount of people I knew that had garage bands. And her parents were like super supportive and let him turn his closet into a studio, which I'm like, how big is this fucking closet? Because I don't know how my closet couldn't do that. Like, I could barely hide myself in my closet.
Must be one of those walk-in closets or
something. I don't know.
With a little island for all the shoes in the middle.
Yes.
Called a rockin' closet.
Yeah, well, now it's a studio. And Jennifer and Tommy like really were very supportive of his band. And Jennifer, who had this, I forgot to mention this part. So Tommy and Jennifer had let Jennifer plan her whole life goal, which was to have a salon named Wild Hair Salon. So that was something he helped her build and create this giant salon and put the furniture in it and all this bullshit. So when Nick's band started taking off, she decided to be a stylist for them. So she's styling up all these band members and helping them, you know, get ready for their gigs. And Tommy, since he was an audio guy, he like set up all their roadshow stuff and helped set them up, take it down, kind of thing.
So he was a roadie and a band member?
He wasn't a band member. He was just the roadie.
Oh, he's just
Tommy was. Tommy was a roadie. Jennifer did the hairstyling and, you know, set up gigs and parties and all that nonsense. Okay.
Oh, you got the raw end.
Well, I think he liked doing that though, from what I understand, because like Nick and Tommy were like pretty close, even though like one's like 18 and the other one's like 24, and then in 99 they're 19 and 25.
Yeah.
So anyways, towards the beginning of like 1999, Sony realizes Tommy's like this great asset for audio innovations and is like, hey, I really want to hire you. And Tommy... Sony, yes.
Sony hired a serial killer?
We're not there yet.
Fast forward to the future?
We're not fast forwarding yet.
Oh, dang it.
So Tommy tells Audio Innovations, and they're like very bummed out because they love Tommy. They like treated him like a son. They were like, no, how about this? How about we fast track you in management? We'll give you a pay raise and you can stay with us. And he's like, sure. And he decides all on his own that because he's, you know, going into management, he needs to get rid of his spiky hair and earrings and kind of, you know, shape up. So he does that.
That was back when you couldn't have tattoos past your sleeves and get a job.
That's true. Yeah.
I had to tell these youngsters about, you know, you actually had to have a decent haircut and you couldn't have tattoos that showed.
That's why I never got a tattoo in my life.
You got one on your ass cheek, dude.
It's a dollar sign.
You got a dollar sign? You're an idiot.
Mine's a four-leaf Mine's a four-leaf clover, so.
I feel like
the one on my ass.
I said asshole.
No.
On accident. No, I didn't?
No,
I said ass.
Yeah.
Now you said asshole.
I said it. So, yeah.
Okay, so Tommy gets this promotion. Now, Jennifer was not really impressed with this promotion because this kind of limited Tommy with the band. Like, he wasn't getting to be the roadie as much, and she still wanted to be a party girl and hang out with her brother's band, even though she's 24 years old and wants to hang out with 18 and 19-year-olds. So...
Cougar alert.
So, anyways, it kind of started to create a little bit of a rift in their relationship. But the good thing was they still did they're normal things. Like they like to have barbecues and cookouts, invite friends over, and sometimes like I'm guessing Nick's band played and kind of stuff. Well, one day, Jennifer invites this new group of people over, and one of them was this 18-year-old kid named Philip Meadows, and then his two friends. And of course, right away, everyone's like, okay, like this is interesting because they are kind of flirty to each other, right?
Oh God.
Right. So
90s flirting was so bad. I'm just
Reminiscing.
it was
like, it was just so bad.
yeah. Like their flirting was bad enough that like Tommy got pissed and like left the house. Well, whatever. The next barbecue, this guy comes back. And sure enough, like same situation, they get into an argument, blah, blah, blah. And people started noticing like they were like super flirty. Like Jennifer would sit on Philip's lap or Philip would sit on her lap, which by the way, I don't understand why some guys sitting on her lap. Like, do you guys sit on girls' laps?
I sit on Jean's lap.
Oh, okay. Well, that's
Wait, Matt.
I'm just saying, like,
She got a baby fetish or something?
So
I don't know. I thought it was kind of weird. But no matter what, like Jennifer constantly like was telling Tommy, it's okay, we're just friends. That's it. Like
Bullshit.
that's all that's going on.
Bullshit. Oh, excuse me.
I like how everyone's just like bullshit.
Oh, got a little cold there. Bullshit. Oh, there it goes again.
So at this point, we're now into like the summer of 1999. Okay.
Oh, God.
And so Tommy like starts to kind of get sick. And he's like got really bad stomach issues and bloody noses and headaches. And anyways, like everyone at work was like very worried about him. And
Sounds like cocaine.
well, no.
Maybe.
But it wasn't cocaine. But he was going to the doctor and no one could really figure out what was going on. And eventually he started to get better. And he goes on this business trip to Las Vegas, which I forgot how many people went with him. But there was several coworkers go with him. They all go to Las Vegas. And when he comes back, he can't find Jennifer. And so he's driving around and he finally goes past Philip's house and he finds Jennifer there. Okay. So or Jennifer's car. So he literally just barges in like any normal man would do, I would imagine.
Yeah.
And he barges right into Philip's room and Philip's sitting on the bed. Bed's unmade. He's just sitting in some shorts. They said shorts. I imagine it's probably more like boxers. I don't fucking know. But anyways, Jennifer, I guess, might be clothed. I don't know. But he barges in and he's like, we're going home. And she's like, no, you're leaving. I'm staying. Well, they continue to like verbally argue to the point that Tommy slaps her. Okay. She calls the police, charges him with domestic violence. Okay. At that point, Tommy moves out of the house. What?
That's crazy.
You both look at each other like
it's like this whole time we were just like normal shit. He's
Yeah.
going throughout his life, then all of a sudden
yeah, just like
shit cracks down.
yeah, like 1999 was like the year of hell for him. So he gets back to work. His coworkers are like, hey, what's going on, blah, blah, blah. And he's like, he tells them. And he also tells them like it's the worst thing he's ever done. So he starts calling Jennifer and is like, I'm so sorry. Like, give me another chance. I never meant to do any of this. And they meet for lunch. And they agree that, they're going to work on their marriage. So he moves back in, because all this happened October 10th, if you were wondering, October 10th, 1999. So he moves back in. All right, now we're in November. And they're working on their marriage. And he's got another trip to Vegas coming up. So
Oh, God.
Yes. So he wants to bring Jennifer. Makes sense.
Yeah.
Like, he's hoping that they can, like...
No, I gotta stay home, look after the turtle.
What's the turtle's name?
Peekaboo.
Philip. Just saying. Anyways, so she doesn't really want to go, like you said.
Weird.
But, they're going to work on their marriage. So they end up having Thanksgiving. Don't ask me why I have focused on 2 Thanksgiving stories in a row, but somehow I did. So they have Thanksgiving together, and on November 29th, which was the day after Thanksgiving, they're hanging out with her brother, Nick, at their house. And they're all hanging out till about, I think it was like 11 p.m. And then Nick is like, see you guys later. He leaves, okay? So they're getting ready for bed when they hear a knock at the door. And Tommy opens the door, and there's just they called it a panhandler, a beggar, a homeless person. Yeah. Somebody's standing at the door.
Shellywag.
Oh, what?
Shellywag.
I heard a shellywag.
He said shellywag.
Yeah. No, you got
100% said it.
Yeah, you got to do it with the accent. The shellywag.
The shellywag.
There's shellywag too. I was like, what is a shellywag?
You got to not enunciate the C.
Got it. So Tommy refuses to pay him money. Makes sense. I mean, he's like,
you're at my doorstep.
Yeah. And he shuts the door. So they go to bed, and as they're just about to go to sleep, there's another knock at the door. So now they're like, well, maybe Nick forgot something because it's close to midnight. So Tommy's like, I'll go get it. So he opens the door, and Jennifer can hear people talking, and then she hears gunshots. So she calls 911. She goes out there, and Tommy has been shot. Okay. She calls police, and officers arrive, first responders, all that stuff. What's that look?
No, I've seen this.
You've seen
setup
this
before.
Have you?
Yeah.
Okay. So, police, like one officer, like tried really hard to, help Tommy, but he had been shot in the back, twice in the chest, and twice in the neck. Oh. So it was
neck shots hard to.
Yeah, it was not good. So they get him in the ambulance. One of the officers ride with him to the hospital, and as they are about to leave, because Jennifer's going to go with them, Jennifer tells the cops, "Oh crap, my purse is missing," because it was sitting on the table by the door. So they ask her, kind of quickly go through this before you go to the hospital. And she explains to them, Nick was there till 11. Then the person, the man at the door, the beggar, homeless, scallywag, whatever you want to call him, knocked at the door. So they said, what was the description? And she said, it's a black man who looked cross-eyed or had a lazy eye. Okay. What are you drinking to?
We're assholes.
Yep.
Got it. And they were like, okay. And they sent her on the way to the hospital. So they basically send out this description to all the officers, obviously, to look for a black man with a lazy eye / cross-eyed. And weirdly enough, there was a man with that description literally right by the crime scene. And he said, I'm not kidding. When the ambulance was there, he asked one of the officers, hey, what's going on? Was somebody shot? So this is not where you thought it was going, was it, Brandon?
No, I still know exactly where it's going.
So,
it's just...
Of course, Jennifer gets to the hospital. Within 40 minutes, they have to pronounce Tommy dead. Okay. In the meantime, the police have now narrowed down, where this homeless man is, and his name is Scott Sanders, and they bring him in for questioning. Sure enough, it's a black man with crossed eyes, and who was at the crime scene. And so they interview him, and he tells them that, if he had a gun, he would sell it for money because he needs money. So he had no reason to, keep the gun to shoot anybody.
It's good enough with me.
Yeah, exactly. And he was volunteered for a lie detector test and everything. And he passed. So they were like, okay, well, we're going to skadoosh him out of the way because
you can pass those if you can control your heart rate.
Yeah, they're
like ninjas.
They're not admissible in court.
Yeah.
But
Slow your heart rate down.
I'm not sure if he was a ninja, but he could have been. I don't know. But I mean,
a cross-eyed ninja man.
yes, he's a
Never know who
cross.
he's going after.
You don't know if he's coming or going.
Don't know his next move. Always keep him guessing.
Who's he looking at?
It's either the cat or you, bud. You better fucking run.
Well, Scott has nothing to do with this case. He was set free. He was like, "See you guys. I had fun. Talk to you later." So, at this point, the police were kind of like, "Okay, like let's review everything that we found at the crime scene." So they found gunshot residue on the door frame, which then they decided obviously he was shot from the porch. And then they also found a shoe print. It was like a print going like in blood, one going like to the purse and basically going away from the purse. So it was only 2 footprints. So they took pictures of it, and apparently this was like a huge deal, this footprint. And they sent an officer to like the local shoe store to find out about the shoe print. And this shoe store right away was able to identify it because it was a limited edition Nike Air Penny.
Why would you wear limited edition Nike Airs to a crime scene? I mean,
I don't know.
not even because of the footprint, but those are expensive shoes. I mean, why would you want to ruin some good shoes?
Good shoes with blood? I don't know.
I mean, yeah.
Yeah, I'm like,
I don't know.
you know how hard blood is to get out of shit?
Well, I mean, it's just on the soles, so.
Yeah,
But
Cold
if you're
water.
gonna do something like that, you might as well go all out.
Right.
yeah, I'm gonna lace up my Timberlands and I'm gonna go shoot somebody.
I mean, it happens.
Rather do that than in sneakers.
True. So they decide to bring in Nick because he was there till 11. So Nick is basically tells them that he didn't notice anything unusual. Jennifer and Tommy weren't fighting. It was just basically like a normal night. So they asked him if he has any friends with the Air Penny shoes. And he said no, he doesn't know anybody who has Air Pennies. But they said Tommy has like a shit ton of friends at work. Mm-hmm. So one of them might have them. So they thank him and send him on his way. So they start questioning all of his coworkers. And everybody loved him at this Audio Innovations. It's like, they were like, no, none of us want to kill him, basically.
Yeah.
So, but they did tell the police that they were fairly certain that Jennifer was having an affair with Philip. So, yeah, they were fairly certain. Like, they saw some weird shit. So,
like you have to pay for weird shit, or
no, more like, no, these barbecues. Were you not paying attention?
Yeah,
they were
but
smacking each other on asses and sitting on each other. Like,
hey, some people pay for that shit.
I guess, but
Brennan just bought some yesterday.
Yeah.
Not from me.
so.
Okay.
So they bring Philip in, okay? And Philip has a pretty solid alibi. He was with his friends Kenny Lewis and Cameron Chesney, and they went from party to party. It was the 90s. Everyone had a party on the weekend. So you literally just bounced from party to party to party. So I don't think people do that anymore. I don't know.
No.
But so that's what they were doing. They were just driving around, going from party to party to party. And so they set him on his way. And they do the same thing. They bring Jennifer in, and both Jennifer and Philip were both like, no, we're just friends. We're not sleeping together, blah, blah, blah. And Jennifer was like, I don't know who would want to kill him. I'm positive that it had to have been this homeless guy. And they're like, no, Jennifer, it's not the homeless dude. But she had no other lead for them, basically.
Yeah.
So they sent her on her way. And the case basically for the next couple months kind of goes cold. But the relationship between Philip and Jennifer doesn't.
Shocker.
Oh,
It really heats up.
didn't see that one coming.
All of a sudden, they're like everywhere together. And
God,
like,
what assholes.
Thanks.
Man. Yeah, take another drink.
They are seen everywhere together. Like, they're making out on street corners. I don't know if that's true, but that's what it sounded like from the Snap episode I watched. They're making out everywhere. I don't know. It sounds like they're humping on the streets. I don't know, but it's enough that people are noticing.
Did they at least charge for people to watch?
I have no idea.
If you're gonna do it, you might as well charge.
So during a basketball game, I don't know if Cameron Chesney was playing at the high school for the basketball game or what, but it was a high school basketball game, and Cameron's dad was there, and he sees Jennifer and Philip. I don't know. I'm guessing they were groping each other in the stands, but he's like, this is sick and not right. And he also noticed that his son's like whole attitude and disposition, like whenever he saw them, completely changed. And everything about his kid changed. So he basically pulls Cameron aside and is like, look, you need to go tell the police what you know. And he's like, fine. So he brings them in to the police station, and Cameron sits down. And he sits with one of the detectives, and they're like, okay, who shot Tommy? And he is like, I don't know. And they just keep drilling at him, like, who has shot Tommy? Who shot Tommy? Who shot Tommy? And finally he goes, Philip did it.
Interesting.
Yes. So what he tells the detective is that night he drove Philip to Jennifer's house. And he knew they had this, like, affair going on. And so he didn't think much of it. He just thought he was running up there to probably make out or do something stupid. And the next thing he heard was gunshots and then Philip running into the car. So they were like, okay, Cameron, we're going to let you talk to him and we're going to wire you. And we need you to get a confession out of Philip. And Cameron's like, cool, I'll do it. So they wire him up. And he goes to where Philip's working. And I've heard a couple of different sources, but I'm pretty sure he's working at Walmart. And I'm going with the most reliable one, which was the state's attorney or the district's attorney, I think is what they called it. So
Walmart. Huh?
He was working at Walmart. So he's talking to Philip, and he basically says to Philip, I feel very guilty about everything that happened. I'm going to go to the police and tell them. And Philip freaks out. He's like, you can't... You know, like, everybody, you know, he starts naming everything. He confesses to everything. Like, this kid tells him, like, all of this on the recording. He says, you know, like, I don't want, you know, to be arrested, and, you know, Jennifer's involved, and you guys knew about it. And all of a sudden the police, like, who are listening, like, Cameron knew about it?
Yeah, he said he didn't.
He said he didn't. And he's talking about how they had all these plans, and, like, all of a sudden everything was going completely, like, great for the detectives
Now
and
he's
wrong
like,
for
shut
Cameron.
up.
Yeah.
All right, that's enough. I don't need any
Cameron's
more.
probably like, oh, shit. I'm in trouble. So, yeah, basically, Philip was being an asshole. No. I had to do that.
Yeah. But, yeah, that's crazy.
I'm not. Yeah, we're not done yet. So, at this point, the police now have to arrest Kenny, Cameron, Philip, and Jennifer. All of them 100% for conspiracy to commit murder, and then they are going to charge Jennifer and Philip for first-degree murder.
Yeah, she definitely had a hand in that.
Right.
100%.
And, of course, when they bring Jennifer in at the station, they set her down, and they very purposely, I know they did it on purpose, they didn't say it in the show, but I know how police tactics work. They walk Philip by in handcuffs.
Yeah.
Just because I think they were trying to get her to talk, and she wouldn't. She immediately was like, nope, lawyer. And they're like, okay, Jennifer, well, who's your lawyer? Don't know, but I have a lawyer. She literally said that, like, I don't know, but I'm going to have a lawyer. And they were like, okay, we respect that. So she's not talking. Right. And so with Philip, they basically were like, look, she doesn't love you. She's using you. Obviously, she's not talking. Like, she's leaving it all on you. And if this all goes to court, you're going to get the death penalty. So let's plea. Let's do a plea bargain kind of thing. And he's basically like, let me think about it. So he goes and he thinks about it for like a day or so, and he comes back and he tells a story. So, are we ready for Philip's story?
Let's go. Even though he basically said everything.
Just one time at band camp.
basically, it's a one-time at band camp story. Like, it's pretty intense. So he graduates, in May of 99. And he ends up meeting Jennifer. Like, according to the Snap documentary, supposedly it was at a party for Nick's band, but it wasn't. He said he met her at Walmart. So she then invites him to the barbecue. Well, the night that Tommy stormed out for the very first barbecue, she makes out with him. So the second barbecue, it like keeps like, intensifying. Like now, after the second barbecue, they're making out some more, and she's like, "Well, why don't you come to my salon?" Well, now he goes to the salon, and they're now having sex at the salon. And
what?
Then, yes, and he said that like she got to a point where he would just give her like a list of like his sex fantasies, and she would do it.
Damn.
Yeah. So, which, for an 18-year-old boy, it was like, I want you to give me a blowjob at the movies, and I want, like...
I want you to tickle my feet and call me Jeffrey.
Yeah. In the ballpark. And, like, it wasn't, like, super, like, crazy stuff, but...
I mean, come on, you got to throw something crazy in there.
Well, it didn't sound like it, but... So they were, like, having sex everywhere. Well, within, like, 3 weeks of the relationship... She starts telling Philip how Tommy's super abusive to her and beats her all the time. Well, this really like upset Philip because he came from an abusive family. Like his dad really beat his mom a lot. So this really just turned him against Tommy. So Jennifer then started playing off of that. She was like, look, we can never be together because my family doesn't believe in divorce and neither does Tommy. And we're going to have to basically kill him. And so the very first thing they decided to do is try to poison him. And that's why he got sick. Because they were throwing Visine in his Gatorade, which didn't work.
Wow.
So that gives you the massive shits.
Yeah. Yeah, that's basically what was happening to him.
You're a bartender and your patron who's obnoxious won't leave. Drop 3 drops in there.
Oh, really?
Yeah,
They will not make it home before they shit themselves.
Oh, no. Dude, yeah, it doesn't take much. You just need like
3 drops.
3
Oh, yeah.
drops.
Okay.
Well, it depends on the size, but yeah.
Friendly advice from a beer crime a tale. So when that didn't work, Jennifer got really pissed and was like, look, you need to find someone to kill him. Like, go hire a hitman. She's telling an 18-year-old kid that works at Walmart to go hire a hitman. So
which one?
Well, let's see here. Let me check my notebook, and let me look under H for hitman. Let's see here. Oh, it's empty. I wonder why. It's because I work at fucking Walmart.
Let me just go to the back room. I'll find somebody.
So
the stock boys at midnight might do it.
Oh, I'm sure.
So, shockingly, he does find someone that says he will do it. But the guy backs out, obviously, because it's not like he knows real hitman.
Yeah.
So now Jennifer once again is pissed. So she's like, look, you're going to have to be the one that does it. And now this is to the point in their relationship where Jennifer is now being forced to go to Las Vegas to fix the relationship. So she tells Philip, if you have to kill him before I go to Vegas or our relationship's over. So this kid is like...
That's his ultimatum.
Yeah. So this kid's like, oh shit, I really got to kill Tommy. Otherwise I'm going to lose my girlfriend.
Yeah, that seems like a fair trade.
Right.
Well,
A life for a relationship.
Well, someone needs to tell him that there's some more than fish in the sea.
Right.
You know, she's just because she does all this crazy ass shit. Well, quote, because he's 18 and doesn't even know what heads and tails is yet.
Oh yeah, he's just a baby.
Yeah, he
He's
is.
just a baby.
So he ends up getting his 2 best friends involved, Cameron and Kenny. And so the first murder plot didn't work out so great. So basically they ride their bicycles. This is how young these kids are. They ride their bicycles to Tommy's house, and Cameron and Kenny are cheering him on like, yeah, go do it. And he's like, he gets up on the porch and he goes to knock and he freaks out and he backs off the porch, and then he goes back up on the porch, then he backs off, and then he's like, I can't do it. So they ride their little bikes away from the porch.
Yeah, we need to match some bike tire tread here at the crime scene.
My question
I
is,
think it's a mongoose.
how did they get that guy, the cross-eyed man?
I'll get there. We're not
Okay.
quite there. So basically, they tell Philip tells Jennifer, and Jennifer's like, "Look, there's a homeless guy going around the neighborhood, knocking on doors, asking for money. It's all over the news." That's how it got there. So that's what we're going to use to blame the murder on. And she's like, "We're just going to have to practice." So they do. They do test runs on the porch. Like, they even took the light bulb from the porch out and like tossed it in the bushes so that way like he wouldn't see who was at the door. But the thing was is like Tommy came home that day and he loved to get a beer out of the fridge and like go mow his yard. So immediately he goes and gets the beer. He comes out and he's like, "What the fuck is the light bulb doing in the bush?" He takes it out and screws it back in.
Why wouldn't you just slightly unscrew it?
I don't know. But he screws it back in and he's like, "Well, that was weird. Whatever."
Like amateur hour at the Ritz
Right.
or something.
So from what I understand, they did like multiple test runs. I don't know how you test run. Like, do they just hold the gun up and go bang bang and hope for the best? Like,
They got
I
that
don't know.
one gun that you actually pull the trigger
And
and
it goes bang.
yeah, it has like a little flag and
It
says
is
bang
bang.
on it.
Right. So at this point, like the police are now like, "Okay, well, where did you get this gun?" And he's like, "Well, I bought it from Cameron's dad like a week before the murder." So they go to Cameron's dad and he's like, "Yeah, I totally sold it to him for like $100. So like,
Wow.
yeah. So the night that the murder happened, sure enough, like everybody in the car knew. So Cameron knew, Kenny knew, everyone knew. And they drive up and he goes to the porch. And as soon as the door opens, they talk for a second and he shoots him in the chest twice. He falls down and he's still moving. So he freaks out. He's like, "Oh shit, he's not dead." So that's when he shoots him in the back and the neck. And then he goes in, grabs the purse and runs. And so the police at this point, like, we just need, to verify everything. So they luckily the shoe store was nice enough and they had these limited edition Air pennies and they bring him in and they lay him on the table in front of Nick. And Nick gets super excited. He goes, "Oh my God, you found my shoes. Can I have them back?"
No.
Yes, Philip did that.
Dumbass.
And I'm like, "Oh my God, if this doesn't scream, he's just an 18-year-old kid." Like,
Wow.
and they're like, "No, you can't have them back."
It's part of a crime scene, bud.
Like, they're like, "Well, I guess these are your shoes." Like, those must have been your footprints.
What an idiot.
I know. Well, he didn't know. I mean, he's an 18-year-old kid. So at this point, there's enough there that they go and get a search warrant for Jennifer's house. And the search warrant basically doesn't turn up, from what I understand, a hell of a lot. But they did find like a letter that she writes Tommy, basically apologizing and kind of half-ass admitting that she knew about the murder and how much she loves him and misses him. And it's like, you're an idiot. Like,
You don't put that shit on paper.
well, but
Wait, Matt.
but it was more like, it sounded like she regretted the whole situation. So
Yeah.
imagine that. So time for the trials. And this is now, we're into like, I think it's like a year later, like in October of 2000. I can't remember. So Tommy, since he did the plea bargain thing, he had got charged with first-degree murder and the conspiracy to commit murder. And he got 18 years to life with a chance of parole. The other three all got convicted of conspiracy and 10 years. That's it. Jennifer was never charged, or she was, during the whole trial, basically, for her, she even went on the stands, which is crazy because most of the time the people that are getting convicted of murder or on trial for murder don't go on the stand. But she
Willingly.
Right. She kept saying that Philip was lying and that they didn't have sex until Valentine's Day of 2000. Like,
After his death.
like literally 5 days before they were all arrested. And yeah, so I call bullshit, but whatever.
Yeah.
So there was just enough there for them to be like, we can't 100% say that she was in, like, the person that pulled the trigger to cause the first degree murder. So she was
Reasonable
only
doubt.
yeah. So they convicted her only of conspiracy to commit murder, and so she was sentenced to 10 years. So this was all in like 2000, 2001. So 2005, she only serving 4 years, she was released.
Good behavior.
Probably. Cameron was released in 2006. I believe Kenny was released in 2008. And then Philip, after 18 years, he was released for his parole. And
Damn.
yep, Jennifer went back to cutting hair in Stillwater. So if you feel like visiting her salon and smacking her once, that's fine. I don't know.
Once?
Maybe twice, whatever makes you happy.
All right.
Philip, he got out of prison. He ended up getting married, and then he ended up going back for a little bit because he had got a DUI. So apparently, when you're on parole,
You can't
get a
up.
DUI. Otherwise, you get in trouble. So, as for Nick and his band, here's my little plot twist. You may have heard of them. His band went on to be extremely famous. They were the All-American Rejects.
For real?
For real. In fact, Nick wrote a majority of the songs on the album Move Along. And I want you to think about some of those song lyrics and think about this case and really, like, Dirty Little Secret, Move Along. It
What
totally
the
changes
fuck?
the outcome of how you look at those songs going forward. It did for me. I was like, what the fuck?
I'll tell you my
Dirty little
secret. Little
Yeah.
secret.
So that was my little plot twist at the end.
Wow.
It's, yeah. And she styled the All-American Rejects. So,
She styled them?
yeah. Even
Their
when she
hair.
got out of prison, like, she did their hair and everything, yeah.
What? It's kind of weird.
Yeah. So, there you go. That's my story about the All-American Rejects and probably how most of those famous songs got written.
Wow. Okay. Well, that kind of got deep real quick at the very end.
So, yeah. Happy Thanksgiving again.
Yes, for the second time.
Well, I couldn't help. I didn't realize I was going to end up with 2 Thanksgiving episodes, but whatever. You know what I'm
It is
learning
what
from
it
this? Just don't celebrate Thanksgiving.
But I like to eat.
Yeah, or not.
All right, fine, whatever. But yeah,
I'm going to go
never
listen to some of their songs.
go listen to the album Move Along. Move Along came out the same year she was released from prison. So take that into consideration too.
How neat is that?
That's pretty neat.
I know. Yeah. So there you go.
Sweet. Well, if you enjoyed that episode, go check out our other ones.
There's only like, what, 80 some?
This will be like 86 or 85.
80 some.
We're
episodes.
getting there. But check out our Facebook at A Beer, Crime, and Tale.
And our Instagram, same thing. Beer
Yeah.
Crime Tale. Do-
Patreon, same thing.
Same thing. Do
Same
we have a
thing.
TikTok?
Yes.
Are you uploading on it?
Yeah.
You are such a
I have.
liar.
We
Okay.
have a TikTok?
Shut up. You knew about that. How's the Instagram going?
How if I know?
Is it
Yes,
like it's better
Matt.
than TikTok?
Oh, yeah. I forgot. You don't take over that.
I don't do anymore.
Anyways.
We have a Matt.
How's the website?
Absolutely horrible because it's the holiday season and retail is just the worst thing to try to do anything in
All right.
the world.
Well,
with.
if you enjoy our episodes, go check out any one of our social platforms. They'll have a link to our link tree, which will have all of our socials. So
of course,
check that
Brandon's
out.
the only person in the world that uses Linktree. So
Yeah.
if you
well,
need instructions on how to use it, send him an email.
if you want to do 2 extra clicks. Oh, scary, I know. Go ahead and do that. But thank you for joining us today in this episode. Hopefully we'll have you in the future.
Well, I don't mind being the comic relief.
Yeah. Yeah. All right. Well, we'll see you guys in the next episode. Goodbye.
Stay ghouly.
Stay ghouly.
Move along. I'll keep you my dirty little secret.
All right, we're done.